nada que tú no sepas. Tan solo puedo quedarme como un idiota pensando en cosas que me provoca hacer contigo en ni las perdidas. No puedo gritar, no puedo exigir, no puedo contarte lo que sentí, no puedo decirte nada, tú estás tan lejos. Y tú que no sabes nada y lo sabes todo, que me derrites de tantos modos, dime pa' dónde vas con mi vida. Ay, carito, el corazón me queda grande cuando yo pienso en ti, yo siento pasos de...
I think one reason why it's successful is that I think the people in the community are all here because they see a need that is not filled by other things.
No puedo reír, no puedo llorar, no puedo dejarte de recordar. No puedo...
Global Voices really covers the news in a way that the mainstream media no longer does.
There was happening some events in my country and I covered, and it had a resounding effect, and I was like, oh wow, I'm doing something.
I think everyone here has a common ground that they believe that there are stories that aren't being talked about enough.
It's nice to present our country and what we think and what we believe, because most of the time people see in Egypt like a pyramid and camels, and that's it.
My mother tongue is Aymara, and so that's, I think, the first thing to volunteer for this kind of project. I didn't need that someone can pay me. Just I did everything for Aymara because I'm Aymara. Thank you.
I really think it's the people, it's the community.
Decirte nada que tú no sepas. Tan solo puedo quedarme como un idiota pensando.
It's inclusive, like everyone is welcome here, and we got all different kind of voices. Of course we have differences, we have arguments all the time.
And the openness, because people who can join are not, how can I say, invited. I didn't know anybody in Global Voices in that way that would ensure my participation, or which is totally different from the way world works in many parts of the world.
When you write for Global Voices, you feel involved. You feel part of the organization. You don't feel at all, the weight of hierarchy. Everybody is accessible, and you feel a spirit of democracy.
Cosas que me provoca hacer contigo en ni las perdidas. No puedo gritar, no puedo exigir.
I think Ethan and I, early on, I think we took a little inspiration from Jimmy Wales, who runs Wikipedia, in that one of the things that he told us was that he never tried to have sort of a top-down organizational structure, that he just kind of left the project to the community to build organically.
You can't plan this stuff. If you're going to build a community organization, you have to let your community tell you what you're doing. This is not the result of a long strategic plan. This is good luck over a long period of time, and almost all the smart stuff that's happened here didn't come from Rebecca or me, it came from the community. So
you're doing a community-based grassroots project. You can't start out with a clear plan and then go around telling everybody, okay, here's the plan you need to follow. That it's more about figuring out, what people want to do and where is their energy.
It gives you the freedom to be who you are.
It's like the idea that all the writers are equal, so there is a lot of freedom of expression. No one tells you what to write.
If somebody wants to collaborate with us and they come to me and they say, well, we'd like to do a project with Global Voices and we'd like to do X, Y, and Z. Can you please ask your bloggers to do X, Y, and Z? And I'm like, no, I can't. We can't make them do anything. And this is very confusing to a lot of people.
it's about the people we write about, of course. We are here mainly to be a bridge between those little blogospheres, little heard about, those languages that you never hear about in the mainstream media. We are not here for ourselves, we are here in principle for bridging the gap between two sides between two cultures, and making the globalization a more human experience.
No puedo contártelo